In 1982, my life changed literally forever. When I was fighting in the Falklands War, I suffered full-thickness burns to the majority of my body when the ship I was on was bombed. But I'm just one of millions of service personnel who've returned home from a war zone injured or wounded. And that is why I've come to this little village of Enham Alamein in Hampshire to discover a truly inspirational story of overcoming adversity. This isn't the story of one house. It's a story of 63 homes built in 1918, and at the time represented a radical approach to the care of war veterans. I'm off to meet Doug Saunders, who has lived here all of his life. So, Doug, how did you come to stay here?
My father had been a prisoner of war, and by all accounts, he was in a hell of a state. He had no grasp on life at all.
World War I had one of the highest casualty rates in history. Nearly 1 million British Empire soldiers died. 2 million returned home blind, missing limbs, or suffering from severe shell shock. Their experience had changed them forever. Enham was the very first post-war rehabilitation centre. Doug's father and other war vets were sent here for as long as they needed. What was it like growing up amongst all of those veterans?
I didn't know what a veteran was. As far as I was concerned, everybody walked with a walking stick. We had our own football team here, which was all made up of disabled blokes. 2 of them had head wounds, so they couldn't head the ball. But other than that, they could play football.
On site, nurses and doctors helped the men both mentally and physically, and taught them new trades, including basket weaving and furniture making.
We got my father doing the cobbling. It certainly was a making of him, and he had no wish to go anywhere else once he got here. And made our family.
After World War II, more servicemen came to live at Enham. Lily Robson, now 102, moved to this house with her wounded husband in 1942.
My husband, he had his leg amputated, and I went out because he had all the treatment, you know, afterwards. But he did suffer a lot with the nerve pains.
Bet he cut a right dash in his uniform, didn't he?
Especially in his blue toes.
I bet he did.
I think you're a bit naughty.
Nowadays, soldiers and veterans no longer come to Enham. Instead, they rely on military charities to help and support them to live at home independently. But whilst Enham no longer has military links, the spirit of the initial project lives on in the Enham Trust.
You're listening to Radio Enham Breakfast Club.
Here, a community of people with a range of disabilities are encouraged to support themselves, learn life skills, and gain independence. I truly believe that Enham deserves a place in the top 50. This is a very special place, and if you ever come, you'll feel it for yourselves.
You know, we owe a lot to those villagers, and to Simon, come to that.
Yeah, too right. Now, at number 46.